Hello viewers and welcome to Men Talk. I am your host Pishon Msampwa, and today we are talking about business. But our approach today, we are exploring the setbacks, things that have not been spoken about in the business world. When people are sharing their successes, they forget to share the times they were so down, the times they had to sacrifice things that many people would not want to sacrifice, but yet they want to see results. Now today, I have very interesting guests, and we're going to be discussing about setbacks that they experienced in their business journey, and also sacrifices they put in, and challenges as well that they are facing and that they faced when they were starting out as businessmen. And having said that, before I introduce them to you, I want us to take a break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Men Talk, and today we are delving into the unspoken aspects of business, and I have two lovely guests. Some of you may know them, some of you may not. So I'm so privileged to introduce my guest to you. I have on my right, I have Mr. Wanga Mutesa.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Amen. So Mr. Wanga Mutesa is a businessman in the food industry and is thriving in that business. And also next to him, I have Mr. Pascal Kasasha, who is a carpenter in the construction industry. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me.
It's good to see all of you guys.
Thank you so much.
Man, you're looking sharp.
Good to see you.
Right.
So many times people have tried to, well, let's say men have tried to start businesses, and many of them fail because of lack of support. Some say that they did not receive support from their loved ones or from their family or relatives or, people that were close to them. Mr. Pascal, have you ever felt that there was a point in your business journey that you did not receive the support that you expected from your family?
Many times.
Many times.
Yes, sir. And I'll say this. Business, if you are starting business for friends, for family, you are in the wrong place. Business is identifying a need and providing a solution. So in that, anyone can fall in there.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I've noticed is that, like Jesus, we don't appreciate our own. So that there are so many challenges that even other people I faced when it comes to family. I'll give an example of my brother who took me to school. He never believed in me. Because he's seen this person growing, and then you come and says, I'm able to do this. The guy said, no, I'd rather use someone else because I know you. I don't think you can do a good job. All right.
And that is actually your brother. Somebody that you'd want to receive massive support from is someone so close to you. He's a good man. He took you to school, but he did not believe you can do business, right? How did that affect your plan or your endeavor in terms of business?
So it's like I'll tell you, for me, it's an issue of not only that I wanted to be in business, but the course I did was business-oriented course.
Okay.
So you had no option because it was about producing something. So whatever you make, you have to sell it. So be it him or anyone else, at least your product has to be sold. So we brought in this thinking, look, I need to do business at all cost. So be it with him or with anyone else. But I'll tell you, the support came from people from afar. All right? People that probably saw us doing small things. Like they would say, oh no, I see you go to college, you are doing this. Can you make this for me?
Wow.
So I remember my first project, I made a salt cellar stand. Very tiny stuff.
Right.
Small pieces. Then I took it home for a client. I was delivering it in the morning.
Wow.
So my boss was like, what is this you're making? So from there, this one will come. Can you make this for me? Can you make that for me? So not until you prove yourself to, be it to your relatives, to your close friends, that actually you are able to do what they're looking for.
Wow. Mr. Wangamchesa, this question goes to you. Mr. Pasco just explained that at some point he did not receive the support that he expected from close relatives, but that did not affect him. Have you ever also found yourself in a situation where you are not receiving the adequate support that you needed for the business to thrive?
Yeah, okay. I was privileged in the sense that my siblings were there for me and my mother, and I'm one person who I would say, with or without support, I knew this is a must-do thing. Even of course, at home I did share my interest, my proposal, and the funny thing about it, right, is I had my projections. I had a projection at that time. I was working with peas, and my projections like, all right, my first output would be like, I'll probably do like 100 kilos per week or something like that. And then so I planted this very, very big field, put in everything I needed to do. I got the agriculture, got the equipment and stuff, and then so just when I was now ready to make a sale, instead of the 100 that was there, what came out was 5 kilos. So that was the beginning of my business. So,
Wow.
That's right.
Wow. So now we are talking about people or relatives, people that are close to you, not giving you the adequate support that you need.
I get coming to that. For those who are negative, of course, there's some people that, business for others, you're aiming so high. And you can't do it, it's too much. And so, that talk is there. I think that's normal talk for many people. But you really need to be, I'll encourage you, with or without support, even if there's no one to cheer you, you need to be your own cheerleader. It doesn't matter. It's a rough patch, The road to business, it's not a smooth road. Of course, it always looks great. It looks nice from out there when someone's making it out there. But no one sees the hurdles, the pain, the suffering, the waking up in the morning, the sweat that you have to go through, when you get dirty and everything, the disappointments. Usually that is masked by the success that comes out of that. But before that, you just have to be a pusher. You need to push. So if someone cheers you, all well and good. If no one supports you, don't let that deplete your motive to do what is right.
That's very brilliant, sir. There are times that you went to school with somebody and you see them after some time that they are driving good cars, they are living these luxurious lives, and they come to tell you, Pasco, we were together in grade 7, and what are you doing now? And you tell them, I'm a carpenter, and you look at how they are living. Does that, or has it ever happened to you where you meet your schoolmate, your former schoolmate, and they are really doing well in life because they chose to become doctors and you chose to do your passion, and you see the gap in the way you are living? Has it ever happened to you, and then how did you feel?
So two things. At the beginning, remember you have to introduce yourself. After college,
Yes.
Oh, where are you? What are you doing?
Yeah, what do you do?
What do you do? And how do you say it? You get the point. So it's the understanding. I'll tell you, it was kind of accidental. What I wanted to start and what I did was totally two different things. So I began falling in love with this carpentry stuff. So I had no option but to love it. And if I'm to love it, I should speak about it. So we'd meet, and I'll tell you, away from this, I've dropped twice from college.
Wow.
Why? Because I wanted to do something that I should have a name to. Oh, I'm also this. So I go into college to do another course, but because of no time, I let go. After some years, I'm thinking, I think I should still do something. This name is not enough. As I'm growing, people should identify my friends are professors. You get the point.
Yes.
So I go into college again. So I've come to a conclusion to say, look, yes, I need to do other stuff away from this. But if I'm to be where I am, I should accept myself. Funny enough, now it's the opposite. You know, when you are beginning, it's always, especially being an entrepreneur, all right, you put in more. And then you've got these colleagues of yours from college, from university, they go to already established institutions. These things that we're talking about, that we are meeting now, they are coming as part of their package. All right, so you are thinking my friend is driving. But if you have a conversation with them, they are actually telling you are better off than us. Because if you drive a Corolla, that's you earn your money. Them they're driving vehicles that probably they're on loan and everything. So it's an understanding. But it did affect me very much because I wanted to, I'll give you a very practical example. When I was marrying my wife, I once asked a question to say, who do you introduce me to your friends or your relatives? She said, I don't introduce you to them at all. They just know how much I'm happy having you around.
Wow.
You get. So these things comes with what you've prepared your mind for, what you did want to do. Right? So it's very challenging. At that time, it was energy sapping, morale, anything. But for now, we are looking back and say, I think I did why I started this.
Wow.
But remember what you're talking about is how do we do business from those low moments? It's what I've always been saying even to other people when they're starting, is know what you are going there for. Why are you starting? Be it's accidental or it's a thing that you've planned, but so long you've decided to be in this business, whichever business you are doing, like my brother who's doing food, have an understanding. All right? So the comparison is that, look, you are setting up yourself and you have a friend who's going to an institution that is already set up. So the two can't match. All right? So let's look at institutions. Maybe at the beginning someone did the dirty work. That is the dirty work you are doing. But I'll tell you also that I've had friends who have been very interesting. All right? My good friend, my brother now, he was one of the first customers I had.
Wow.
When I set up to do these things, when I left for more work. All right? He said, if that's what you're doing, let's do it.
Wow.
When I did this kitchen, it was this after the other. Because he took my pictures, went to share with his colleagues at work. At times I'll be at his workplace, he doesn't know. Then we'll meet in the corridors. What are you doing here? You've not called me. I said, no, I'm not here for you.
Yes,
your friend called me. Someone called me that we are meeting from here. So there's this, all right? But we are talking about it now because kind of we're at that stage where it feels okay to be discussed.
Yeah.
But then it was energy sapping. It was kind of, your morale. You go home, start thinking, what should I do next? You get the point. So the motivation was coming from different angles. And the motivation was also from different angles. But at the end of the day, it's what it is. You need to be somewhere.
Wow.
And you need to keep pushing.
Wow. You spoke about one of your close persons who helped you advertise your business. The first thing that you did or the produce that you made was actually bought by that person and he began to advertise it to other people. Do you think if that person came around earlier, do you think your business would not be where it is now? It would have maybe, blown to greater levels if that person appeared earlier in your life?
Probably. Because even up to now, we are still arguing about, we're not reaching our potential. Up to date, like yesterday.
Wow.
So there is so much that we can do. Be it in anything that you're looking at. That's the reason why we're having this discussion. Look, we're looking at the poverty levels in our country, the rate of unemployment, and there's so much that we can do. But we've not just put ourselves out there.
Wow.
That's the reason why we are different from our friends who've come. Look at the Rwandese now. At every corner of a shop, there's this Rwandese person. The shop that is struggling, you can even see the appearance of the shop. You know that this is a Zambian shop.
The shop that is struggling. has become a sign to know it's a Zambian shop.
That's the thing. All right. So it's all about mindset. I was talking to some guy within our neighborhood. He was complaining about the shops coming up and down. So he said, no, the problem is that people have nothing to do. And the little money they are getting, all they are thinking is, let me do a shop. So that shop is not because they want to do business.
Yeah.
It's because they feel they can do something. And that's where we are saying, look, if we need to go into these things, let's go with the all force that it requires. We've got examples. It's either someone succeeds or you do. So if we're not doing what we need to do from the beginning, from the bottom part, where do these people who come into Zambia get the money from?
And how are they able to thrive? When they come into Zambia, what is their mindset and what is helping them thrive? Because really we see every corner in our compounds, even in these, urban areas, rural areas, these guys are everywhere now and they are thriving, you see? So what are some of the things that you have seen, Mr. Wanga, that helps businesses grow in terms of supporting each other?
Well, it's very important to network. Yeah, it's not all that. Some cultures are better developed than ours. Let's just call a spade a spade. I've been around Nigerians, Kenyans, Rwandese, name it, and they have such a great network of how they support one another. All it takes is just an idea, and then people will come for that. Here, we're not yet there. We haven't developed that. Unfortunately, in many areas, and this has also affected my business as well, by the way. You find that because you're local, and then they see you have a great opportunity of a business, and some people just want to close the door deliberately, so you don't succeed. Deliberately. These are real issues. In a nation which we call Christian, these are deliberate issues. Real, we need to talk real, because this is real talk.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are listening.
Yeah.
And there are some who are in that habit. So it's an opportunity. So when you go out there, you find we are also a laughing stock. That why can't you people join hands and do something together? And this also interprets the fact that when I usually say that culture and economy are literally linked. These are twins. You cannot divorce the two. So it does make sense. If someone's like certain cultures tend to do better, like some regions tend to do better because of how the network is very powerful. I would like to say, maybe just echo what you were saying regarding the earlier question about if you meet a friend, they're doing well. I'm one person who, I think positively. I love positives. That's what drives me. And for me, regarding the earlier question, I have come across a case like that, and I get motivated because it is possible to do well.
Okay. Yeah, now I would want also to find out from you, Mr. Wanga, as you are doing your business. You have competitors, and some of them are people that really do not want you to succeed.
Yes.
So you don't receive support from such. And maybe these are local people.
Yes.
These are your brothers.
Yes.
These are your sisters that
Right.
really do not want you to succeed. Now, after knowing that there are people that you are working with closely that are not in the idea that you succeed, how have you handled that?
Well, you have to always find a way to navigate that situation. You don't need to listen to negative voices. But the sign that should just drive you. And what drives me is purpose. What do I want to achieve? What am I looking for? Yes, what am I looking for? So whether someone speaks negative, and it has happened. I mean, some people say, look, I do a supply. So, and they have a particular competitor who's not from around. Like they said, they want them to succeed, they don't want you to succeed. So say, can you please drop your prices? So there's a way that you can work with that. And they'll say, no, can you please improve on your quality? There's a way that you can work with that. So sometimes even that negativity that can come to you can actually help your business in terms of becoming more competitive, more efficient, more effective. Because the more they keep cutting you down, you keep polishing yourself up, so that you become so competitive that you actually outclass your competitor, and they ask, why should I use this person when you're already there?
Well, if I heard you right, it's something that is interesting to me also, that in the marketplace, as you are trading, you have other people, other companies that are doing the same things. But probably these other companies are owned by other nationalities,
That's right.
and you are supplying, maybe your buyers are the same.
That's right.
And then your local buyer, who is a Zambian, well, is really pushing you to a level where he wants you to have high quality, but at a very low price.
Low price.
Right?
Yes.
There is other nationalities who come to supply the same goods, but they are not really pushed to have the quality that they want you to have, and they are able to give good money to other nationalities for that low quality, and they are okay with it.
And that's the culture aspect that I talked about earlier. Culture and economics goes together. So if Zambia is struggling, these are the reasons why. It's a sad situation. I have no problem with competition, but let's make it fair. I'm happy. So if I go to the bank or some place, learning institution, and say, 30% or 40%, someone else comes, 1%. Where's the fairness in that? But still, I want to encourage people that if you're in that situation, you just need to have a very creative mind, an extremely creative mind. I have a boardroom, a very powerful boardroom, and it's found in my bedroom. It's also in my closet. I'm going to talk to the one true God, and from there, ideas are born. And then, even in my vision, he's involved, and that kind of sharpens me. I start thinking, I start visualizing, how am I going to come through this? I'm going to cut this way, go that way, because I got this barrier 1, 2, 3, and how am I going to navigate all of that? And as I do that, it gives me a clear picture of where I want to go, and it also helps me create what we call the marketing niches. I'm able to deliver at certain hours that my competitors may not be able to deliver. I'm able to cut corners, not quality, but cut certain corners, like certain costs, which does not compromise my quality. And even in that negative talk, in all that stuff they do, try and throw the negative energy to sort of dissuade me or to push me aside, I'll always find a way of cutting in such a way that I'll give them a price that they can't say no to, and I'll give them that they need, and know that for us to be profitable, we need this guy.
Wow.
So I see it from that. Like I say, I don't take the negative, but in that negative, I try and find a positive out of it.
And just to add on what my brother is saying, remember, we are talking about a culture. So we are coming from a background of where business was not mentioned when growing up. All right. But if you've seen that mostly ourselves, your success should be killed by me for me to succeed. That's the culture he's talking about.
My God.
For me to succeed, someone else to suffer.
What a wicked culture.
You get you meet this in every corner. All right, but we need to change this narrative.
Yes, it has
to
change.
But like he's saying, we talk about we're a Christian nation, we are Christians. These people make decisions, or these people do these things. They are also Christians. But the problem is the culture. Since they're not part of it, they're not your relative, they can't support you in any way. Takudi, you get.
Yeah. If I see, one thing also people need to understand, like my company is like, we're growing. Earlier on you said this thriving company. No. We're not, because when you say thriving, the people think, it's a multi-million company. But I can tell you it is a growing company. Growing because there's a product, a service that we give that people need. Now the other issue is, the other challenge that we have here in Zambia is, you see your friend, he's starting a business. Then they say, can you give me this? Can you give me that? So they're taking away, you're trying to build capital, and from the same capital, you want some corruption, you want to get some kickbacks, and that. So that really kind of like pushes down. Then they even, you have an agreement, you will pay on such a day, and they delay 1-2 months. And for a lot of people, they get knocked out by that. But no, you have to survive. You must survive. You must be a survivor. You have to keep fighting. Even when the odds are against you, just keep pushing. Eventually, you'll be okay. You'll be fine. We have succeeded. We've been at it for a couple of years, and we are pulling through.
Success is guaranteed if you are driven by purpose, right?
You must be driven by purpose.
Wow.
What were you born for? You're not born for nothing. Every person watching was born for a particular reason.
Wow. Mr. Pascal Kasasha, what was the down moment in your business journey where things in business just seems to crumble, and you really had no enough support, where you felt alone in business? Was there a time like that, and how did you navigate through it?
That time always comes, especially when you're going through a loss. All right, you you make your projections, like my brother is saying. You know that when I'll give you an example. I once ordered the wrong stuff for a client. All right, we go through everything. Oh, this is what I want. This is the color of the kitchen I want. Go in. In my mind, I know that we've discussed. Writing, I write something else.
Oh my God.
All right, same colors, same names, but different colors. Oh, okay, maybe I'll give an example. It's a Coimbra board. I go write black cherry. So where I'm going to buy the materials from, they won't even ask me, are you sure this is the color? Because you get. Yeah. So they cut. I'm going to pick them. I see this is, my name is there. But this is not what I want.
How much did you lose?
So now you find that you go into you go and negotiate with a client. No, I want a down payment. I want to do this and ABCD. All you're doing is, I need to replace that. So also remember, these things comes with specifications. So this house or this client's specifications, they're not for the other customer specifications. So you can't say, no, I'll use them somewhere. All right? So what do you do in such a moment? You get
a complete loss.
So I'll tell you, but you, like for me, I was discussing this with someone, and then she was like, you know what, I'm trying to build, so if you can come and see my small space. If these things that you are saying, they're not for the other custom. If they can fit in, and then we agree payments later on. So there's like my brother is saying, there always comes this challenge and there always comes this solution. All right, but the bottom line is, like I was saying, networking and need to be open with people. I recently had a very bad experience. I got to do measurements, did measurements, deliver, things are short.
Oh.
And the owner was very open with me. What happened? You were here? I said, yes, I was. My wife wants you to replace these things. But I know you're a man. It will cost money. So, and I was very open with them. So one thing that I'll tell you in business, you need to be very open-minded.
Yes. Be very open.
Stick to the truth. Things will get messy, but the truth will save you.
The truth will save you. Right.
Situations will come. People will say, okay, maybe, remember we are Christians, and we always pray, God, can you favor me? As they speak good words in those places, can my name be mentioned?
Yes.
But they also speak bad words in those places, and decisions are made. All right, and you get the consequences. All right, but you remember, you need to go to the basics. If a business fails, look at it. Is from which angle? Is it from your angle? What have you done right? What have you done wrong? What can you learn? In business, there is no failing, but there is learning.
There's learning. I love that point. There's no failing. There is learning.
That's right.
Wow.
What you failed today. I remember tailoring, they say a mistake is a design.
A mistake is a design. I'll write that on my Facebook page.
Right. You get
a mistake is a design.
It's a design. True. Because that's a tailor who's doing it. No one has seen it.
No one has seen that it's a mistake.
No.
Yeah. So other people say design.
No sleeve. I'll make one sleeve, one short, one long. Someone will say, but that's what I like. But if you ask the person who was, I made the mistake and I never had any extra material. All right. So let's learn.
Wow.
I love what he said about the learning part, because even the wrong board color that he bought, for me, I look at it as that's a potential show. Someone's going to say, I want that.
Yeah.
Because we're not uniformed in our thinking.
No,
we're uniformed in our careers. We're not uniformed in our learning patterns, in our likes. So we cannot be uniform, and that's why that's the beauty of diversity.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Businesses have got down moments. You may be a business person out there, but be rest assured that indeed in your journey of business, there will be times that you'll be very, very down. But believe in yourself and believe also in God, and also let purpose push you. Sometimes your wife will not support you. Sometimes your own children will not support the business that you are doing. Your vision, maybe your wife cannot buy into it. But what is your purpose? Stick to that purpose. One day, everybody will see why you are waking up at 04. Now, talking about waking up early, how has it ever been something important in your businesses to wake up very early, Mr. Wanga Mutesa?
It's very important. It's when you start your day early, my day starts around 4, somewhere there. I do my trading, then I go to my normal work. My work starts around 8. Sometimes, depending on the day, on Tuesday, I'll have to report at 9. So I can't time myself when I should get what I need, when I need to source my product and deliver within that particular time. Then after work, of course, I'll have to check up with my family. Then I do other works as well. So I have a lot of working hours in a day, but since I've got a team that works with me, we're kind of reducing those hours. So we're getting better, more effective, more efficient. And within that hours, we're able to produce more. So we are learning how to work a bit smarter, but do not get lazy about waking up early. It's actually biblical. The Lord designed it that way. But when you start early, you literally take control of your day. But if you're in the habit of waking up late, trust me, you'll be panicking that whole day. Time is a resource which is irreplaceable. You cannot invest in that. You cannot say, I'll get more time. No, it is going. It is moving. Even like from the time we start a program like this to the time we'll be finishing, to someone who's doing nothing in business, they have lost hours, they have lost time, they have lost potential.
Wow, excellent. Thank you so much. Business, you also have to mind time. Time is very, very cardinal if you want to succeed in business. Do not hate waking up early. It is biblical. Mr. Wanga said it. It is biblical that it was designed that way, that you wake up early. And actually, there's a research. Talking about time, there is a research that one who puts in 12 hours doing something becomes an expert. Now, Mr. Pascal Kasasha, we're talking like 12 hours. That means that you start from 7 to somewhere in the evenings. Now, we're also looking at you being a family man. And you want the support from your wife. And your wife also needs your support in terms of having time with her. Now, where do you meet? Where do you successfully do your business and also have time for your wife and for your children? Where do you...
I'll tell you, business and time, like my brother is saying, are very cardinal. So is family. All right, so we need to know where we are, at what space or what stage of life we are at. All right, there come a time where your business demands you so much, and the family should understand. And there come a time where your family deserves this much, the business should understand. I'll tell you, you are in a service business. You can't put a service on hold because your family needs you. And the competitiveness of this business, someone will take over. So we need to strike a balance. So a person who's in business, this is where we're finding so many difficulties in managing these businesses, because we are coming from a background where these things were not practiced. People were told he's a businessman, but in the actual sense, probably they are just entrepreneurs. All right, but full business takes your 100%. Be it you've got people helping you, you need to be 100% involved, and that takes a very negative toll on the family. So it's an explanation, it's an understanding, and if you've got enough time, when the business settles or the deal is done, celebrate with them. Let them know to say, those hours I was putting in, this is the benefit. But remember, like what you're saying, people might not understand, especially with our wives. The moment you're too busy, they are thinking of
other things.
Someone
maybe he has a concubine somewhere.
That's the thing. So look, I'll tell you, it's not everything that you need to explain. Certain things just need to do them. You explain this, someone won't pick your mind. Just go do. Let the results speak for you.
Wow. Yeah. Nicely put. Sometimes you let results speak for you. Sometimes explanation may not be enough, especially to our lovely spouses. We love you, but there are times that we do things because it is so hard to communicate and just get some people understand and be on board. And sometimes it is time consuming. If you are projecting that within a year I must make this money, and then it is taking you 5 months to explain to your wife before you start, that means that half of the year is already gone. So I really, really do appreciate that statement.
That's right.
Yes, Mr. Wanga Mchesa.
That's right.
We're talking about support from our spouses, from our family, from our relatives and children. So I would love you to talk about the support that a wife can give to a husband who is just starting out a small business, for example, a kantemba or a shop, or he's selling something by the roadside. What kind of support can a wife give to the husband?
Okay. Well, that's a very good question, and I think we can learn from this. So, if you have a working wife and she buys into your vision, yeah, they can support you even financially if she has some money. Yeah, but then that shouldn't take away from anything. If the woman has got no money, that's also okay. They can also support you in prayer because that's also very important. Whether you got money or not, the prayer is very, very important. And as you are there out there hustling, pushing, as they're putting files, whatever it is they're doing, even a text can also be support.
A text message.
It can be support. It can help motivate. You do not know what that can do to somebody.
Wow.
Maybe they're supposed to have made 100 questions that day, but they'll make 1,000 because of what you said.
Maybe what kind of a text? Is it a text to tell them it is over, you and I?
No, just to say.
Or you're a bad husband, you don't have time for me?
Things like thinking about you, wishing you a lovely day, hope you're doing well, or I'm praying for you. Just basically the communication that you just, it's just like, I feel like they just want you to know that I'm there for you. And that motivates someone, that can even mean more than money. That's all a guy just needs to hear. So like I was saying, you kind of like maybe that day, your level was 100 kwacha. But because of that one text, it just boosts to 1,000 kwacha, whatever it is, wherever you be here, wherever your business is. So that kind of support is very, very important. Even asking, how was your day? I hope you had a good day. Just like say, can we sit down and discuss this? Even just brainstorming with you, let's think about this, because women were gifted with certain details that we may miss, because we may be so visionary, but say, what are the steps? They say, oh, I never thought about that. Thanks for reminding me. And then you go back to your drawing board, and then you sort of like, so together you can start putting these things together. But then again, that's for a couple that works together. But if you're not in that situation, maybe a lone ranger, or your wife does not believe in you, you have to find a way of motivating yourself. I believe Jesus didn't need motivation to go on that cross. He was self-motivated. Of course, his Father was there for him. But without anyone's support, I look at Jesus as the blueprint of business. Self-motivated, gathered disciples, even in the hardest of situations, and he achieved what he needed to achieve. So we need to see that as our director is our commander-in-chief.
Jesus is our commander-in-chief. And be self-motivated. There are times that people will not be there to motivate you to run with your business. But remember, your purpose matters. So for now, let's go for a short break and stay tuned. This is Men Talk, and today we are talking business, and particularly exploring indeed the untold stories in business, the setbacks, the sacrifices, the challenges, the sweat that are there in business. Many times we see the luxurious lives that people in business are living. We see the positive results but then there are stories behind those results. There are stories, sleepless nights and all that. And today is what we are talking about. Gentlemen, we are talking about support. And particularly before we went on a break, you spoke about spiritual support, that our wives can actually pray for their husbands who are in business, and also text them to tell them, I love you so much.
Yeah.
That is emotional support.
That's right.
Tell them that I support what you're doing. You can do it. That is cheering them on.
That's right.
Now, let's talk about financial support. Well, we are talking about a woman who does not work, right?
That's right.
But how can she help her husband financially? And I want you to look at it this way, where many times women tend to have so many needs when they see the husband has begun a business. So, Mr. Wanga, what would you say to advise women?
Yes. Well, first of all, it also has to do with understanding certain things, a bit of even just basic financial literacy. Yeah, the success of your husband is also your success as well. So it's very important that you give him space to grow his business. And of course, everyone has needs. It's also the husband's responsibility to meet your needs. But do not give him a bill that's going to cut into his capital. So that's very, very important. We have to look at it from that point of view. The other issue is in the event that she has absolutely no money, and depending on the nature of how where they are on the socioeconomic ladder, if at the bottom of the bottom part, two sides is better than one. You see, a woman was made by God to be a helper. So she also needs to understand her role as a helper. You, the man, you are the provider. So now, here's the situation. If the man is not providing, that is a crisis for that family. But if the woman is not helping, that is something that we can just discuss. It's not a crisis. It is something that you can manage, you can work it out. But if the man is providing and you are helping, what you have done is you have created a nuclear bomb in terms of killing poverty itself.
A nuclear bomb.
That's right.
When you also decide to do something.
And you do something.
And help out.
Because two is better than one.
Wow. Mr. Pasco Kasash, let's talk about a woman who, because the husband just recently started a Kantemba along the road, and suddenly she has all these demands, and every now and then she passes through, I need ya tomato, nifuna yaso, mwana funa majigizi, all those things, and yet it is just a small Kantemba the husband just started. What advice would you give both the husband and the wife?
So like what my brother said, understanding where you're coming from, what you are doing. Remember, there's always two sides to a coin. All right, so certain practices, like what you are saying, it's cultural. We know that our parents get paid on a 30th. So remember, our mothers will become good to our daddies kuma 28 because they know that by the time 30 is coming, things are softened at home and all. Kumateni wambokalipa kalipa. So that has also gotten into business, where you see your partner beat. There's even men who are doing that. You see your wife is running around. Today she goes to Soweto, she goes to Nakonde. Now you are the one who's giving her pressure. No, I wanted a deal that has not materialized. Send me this money. You get. So like what my brother is saying, let's understand to say this is my working capital. If I'm starting a business with a 200 kwacha, you should not spend beyond 30 kwacha, because you know that maybe your profit is 50 kwacha and you need to grow your business. So it's just a matter of principle to say, look, we are already trying to move ourselves. I loved my brother's word, from this social ladder. So if you're at the bottom, how do you go up when you keep on eating your seed? All right. So if you did ever, the people have called me, my brother, I'm dying, I have no meal at home. The only food we ate was in the morning. I'll tell them, okay, let me see what I can do. But since I just said, let me see what I can do, I don't send anything. You will call them after 2 days. They arrive.
They didn't die.
They didn't die. But they called to say, we are dying. So it's understanding. Even at home, there are situations that are dying. But if you see them not paying much attention, they'll still
be alive. They're not dying.
They're not dying. So it's understanding. Right. So business is about principles. Remember, we are saying things are already hard where we are. Yeah. We're not talking about well-established businesses.
Yes.
We're talking about a person who has seen that things are not working for me. Mm-hmm. There is no employment. There's literally nothing. Mm-hmm. So the little money that probably you have done a piece work from, all right, is the money that now you want to sustain you maybe for a month or so.
It's interesting that in many homes, we discover that when the husband begins to do something like a business, the wife who was able to do a good budget in 10 kwacha, suddenly they don't know how to do a good budget in 10 kwacha. They need now more. They need more. They will tell you 10 kwacha is not enough. Mm-hmm. But before you began that business, 10 kwacha was enough for them. What do you think is the cause for that? Is it something spiritual, or is something what is the cause?
I think we need to go deeper, because that also involves it cutters across. Look at even our nation. Mm-hmm. We had Euro bonds. Mm-hmm. You go and borrow money for this project. Mm-hmm. Before even the project is done, people are buying big vehicles. Yeah. And also that speaks to the aspect that most of us business people, mm-hmm. or those that want to start business, want to look the business itself.
We want to look the business. Kindly repeat that. We want to look the business itself.
This is why you are saying even 10 kwacha. Mm-hmm. It's not even 10 kwacha. Mm-hmm. It's even at a larger scale. You are making 1,000. Today you start making a 2,000. Your lifestyle goes up to 5.
2.5. My God.
You get a point. Mm-hmm. So we want to prove a point to actually nobody, because literally people don't care.
They don't care.
Yeah. Put in your effort, do your thing. Even with partners, there are partners who don't care. So long a meeting where you are finding money, you are the head of the house. Mm. So if you think that's what you are doing is where, remember I gave you an example of my kids. Mm. They ask for something, I'll tell them I don't have. The next thing I'm turning at a service station, but you've got money for fuel. So it's an understanding. Mm-hmm. Should I make them happy by buying them pizza? Or I buy fuel that I can go look for that again. You get the point. So even in that same 10 kwacha, it's just an understanding. You see your wife was managing a 10 kwacha. She starts seeing coins in the house. Those coins will start disappearing. Mm. She'll just think, but those are your profits. Mm. So it's just a matter of understanding. The next thing you begin to start saying, no, I don't like eating this. Mm-hmm. All right. So basically, these things we're talking about is just understanding. Let's know where we are. At what position is it? At seed time or it's at harvest time? Because at times we interchange things. Mm-hmm. You know, it's seed time. You want to eat the
seed. You need to plant.
That's the thing. So we need to be able to understand.
There's a report, Mr. Wangamtesa, on social media. Mm-hmm. The report suggests that women are actually leading more micro, small, and medium enterprises than men. Mm-hmm. That means that people that are doing this retail selling of tomatoes, beans, and all these things is more done by women and not men. What do you think is the cause? Is it because men are so comfortable where they are?
Yeah, I think it's also maybe just upbringing, bad company, whatever it is. It's not a good thing for men to be too comfortable. Actually, whether male or female, never be comfortable where you are. Earlier he talked about the 10 kwacha. If you're comfortable there, that is a problem. Aim for 50. You get 50, aim for the next stage. Next thing, I'm nowhere near comfortable where I am, and I'm pushing. That's why I wake up early, because I'm pushing. I know if I achieve my goal, like I had a particular benchmark. If only I can get, like in this is over every year we have this plan, what I want to do for the year. And then I had a benchmark of I need to reach so much by December, and I achieved it in 3 months. So maybe my goal wasn't big enough. And the truth is, you need to have a target that scares you, and then you start working towards that target. Not something you can achieve, because that's what should drive you. And that's what should drive, that's what should push you. So now, speaking about comfort, okay, this is one thing I'm going to give proper advice, and I'm happy that viewers watching. The moment you get comfortable, that is the beginning of your stagnation. Because if you start going backwards, you don't see the opportunities. People who are too comfortable don't see opportunities out there, which are literally screaming at you that we're here, but you're just not jumping onto it.
Wow. Mr. Pascal Kasashe, what do you think are the negative impact of comfort zones? There are men out there that are not yet into business because they feel they're comfortable where they are.
It's what my brother is saying. It's a drive. What pushes you? All right, you might be comfortable for the job you have today, but what guarantee do you have that it will be there tomorrow? And also remember, these jobs that we get, they have a mark on it. All right, you can't get so much, because when you are starting that work, you are told this is how much your salary will be. So that defines your lifestyle. All right, you can't live beyond. That's the reason why we have so many issues of corruption, so many issues of theft. It's because people are too comfortable doing this less, but they want to get more. All right, so where do they get it more? The mind is so comfortable. They start at 8, knock off at 17, 16:45. The machines, the computers are off and everything. Look at the business people. He wakes up at 4. At 20 hours, he's still not sleeping. You get. So it's a decision. My friend once told me to say, do you know most successful people, why they work hard? They've tasted the sweetness of success and the good things that money brings about. So they don't want to miss that.
Yes.
Wow.
Because they know that once I sleep, I'll go back to where I'm coming from.
Exactly.
Wow.
So all we need to do is to push ourselves. It's an understanding. We can be comfortable. I still use that story in the Bible for the 4 lepers. They could have been comfortable at the gate, receiving mess. But they said, man, we stay here, we die.
Yeah.
We go in there,
go
we
there.
die. But
let's make a move.
Let's make a move, but listen to what the move was about. So it's like what he's saying, opportunities are there. Let's just be able to have a culture. Because look, even for me, I saw my father change jobs. He works for this company, that company, looking for a pay rise. You get the point. But I was thinking, probably if I had said, if these guys can pay me 10, then there's another one who's offering me 20, meaning I think I'm maybe worth 40. But how do I go? Let me maybe launch. We could have a different a story to tell. All right, and this is what we are now trying to talk about. Believe me, if you are making any money somewhere, you can do better. I think that's the companies value, put value to these things. All right, so no one is paid the money they're not making.
No one is paid the money they're not making.
No,
wow.
You are paid the money that you are making.
Wow.
So the money that you are getting is because you are giving them even a profit.
Wow, quite an interesting discussion we've had, gentlemen. Business, you can thrive in business, you can grow in business, and you can do it in business. Be driven by the purpose. Why do you want to do that business? And bring people on board. Bring your wife on board, bring your kids on board, bring your brothers, your relatives on board. Share your vision with them and let them support you. And even when they do not support you, do not stop. You must be your own self-cheerleader. You may not have people cheering for you, but your vision, your purpose, actually let it stand tall and let it drive you until you succeed in businesses. Wives, children, support your husbands in that little business. Let not demands rise because your husband just began a small business. Support them. Pray for them. Send them text messages. You love them. You support what they are doing. And ask them, what can you do to help that business thrive? It is Bishop Msampwa. And before I close, I would love to hear your last remarks, Mr. Wanga Mutesa, to a man out there who desires to do business.
All right. So if you're a man watching this, count yourself blessed because you are a soldier, not only for yourself and your family, but for the entire economy. your wife needs you, your family needs you. Scripture says, Proverbs says, you need to leave an inheritance for your children's children. If you get me right, it means that you not only would your kids benefit, but even your grandchildren. So you need to think 2 generations ahead of your time. So you need to live for a purpose. Do something. Don't just start big because you may not get it, but start with little baby steps and build those baby steps until you're in a position to be able to provide, not only for yourself and your family, but to provide an inheritance, nurture this inheritance for your kids. And it doesn't end there. You cannot be comfortable with that and into the next generation, because that builds you as a man, as a family, and it also translates into economic growth. Very important. Get this advice and share it.
Thank you, Mr. Wanga. Mr. Pasco, what would be your last remarks?
It's cultural change.
Cultural change.
We can speak in tongues, we can pray, we can fast. Just cultural change.
Wow.
Be it at home, at church, at our workplace. Let's just change. Make a decision to say, I want to do these things differently. And the best time to start is now. We've got an opportunity. Tomorrow when we report for whatsoever we are doing, let's change the culture.
Amen. Let's change the culture. This has been Men Talk, and it's been Pishon Msampwa, your host. It is bye for now. Stay tuned to Light TV.